actually, and now say omoba na appreciation of the cedi has started. Meboa na aban papa and no cre. The appreciation of the cedi started in the last quarter of 2024.
Mudi go do 60 na se muangasa out of your interventions. Musa di back to 14. Now one of the free 4 e go do 14 no. And then one more na go do 16. And the same one so dey ba 14 na. And on yembe mo abaso. Hey, kuno ponkroma.
Afi de yanto amaponche ato amanipa. Ti omo kasi odwan cry the NPP born come e beto amane na e kire mo say afi we di ato amanipa kasa. Enipa so na ye adwuma no munya so de omani ayede. Enku
And the Ghana for NPP. O madam bruta. Cedi ai.
Do you know that if today the NPP and co were in power, the abduction of Nicolas Maduro would have been reason for fuel prices to go up?
Sometimes this one is an exaggeration. Are you talking because of the Russian-Ukraine war that was used?
I mean, you know the narrative.
Because COVID-19 levy muti ya. Now we just a few days na the finance minister I cancel at the end. And yes, sir, Kaibra Yabro Kuma, levy. Must e-levy ni baga ni biya adwuma. Mudi e-levy try and pose economy ye. You will still not IMF.
John Mahama, God bless you. President John Mahama is excellent. You do all that. You're giving us peace. Hey, like by now, the way America has arrested Venezuelan president, like by now, we are going to introduce a Venezuela levy, Maduro taxes, Trump invoice for the elastication of the masturbation of the economy.
Now we see 15%, and that's a significant improvement, a reduction, and we are happy. At least we save some money for our pockets, so we are most grateful to the government. Thank you.
Osatu asuse ni ameko akofano atu akonyano so. Ni ameko ni fi akofano obetina akonyano so so betu asuse ya. Aye ji daddy se ya. Meko akofano abetina akonyano so.
Me say me who be that set Ghana for in the history of Ghana since ye wo me na me who say to aba from 1992 ever 2024 I pay mo 2025 yi chairman me say no kranya mi anim ni say ubeya market woman mo say Mr. President ye da say entanya common
mama ye lucky man. Lucky on hu papa. Obet me atina 60 years.
papa your friend Kojo Ponkroma we NPP ni me say no dey good for boot o me nya hu bi da say the ote power the government in power em opposition pressure Ponkroma ese hwe the NDC for fans na mo gini na no Ghana for mun chem pepepe chempe every say NPP for adawruma ananne Ghana yesi di naduru bi yaduru no was na omotowa na omosi na NPP de Ghana yesi di ni kodu se 17 ni 16 Ghana ano say opacho obusa question 7th of January 2025 Don Dramani Mahama resume office no na dollar na saying to the city na 14 Ghana and omotam kra no money kind for gold for oil no gold for reserve no omo dey make sure say Ghana city no every improvement na afede NDC for ba ya Ghana for tese mure film ho short memories ana moto na mo say NDC ana aya dwani ni na aya ato ana force government governor don say siama na egbo adwuma Mahama I say no what is na ya or say NDC for na nkasa according to the Bank of Ghana governor Dr. Johnson yasiama aya acknowledge here report no ni da ho into all kaini na magana for man who say hwe se mo baba be we abaso a mo starting free abende twa mu no so me say na nka mu nya 38% se Ghana for abaso wo de mamu a wo ya sure say kama 38% na Kojo Ponkroma wani brabre no abusua pani a ye de dan baako 10 de ama se hweso ma abusua ana out of nowhere wudi dan ni na gu ye na say abusua so ayeda da ayatakwa me dan ndubesi block 9 instead of 10 rooms no now go see 4 and we go see 4 and yes abusua pani na nipa wo fie dan 10 and bet ma form in fact omu hia mompo na say odi mi mo a o te so ba 4 na mama ka no meda hen abusuapani se wo saa de a ene masi tu account na kwa 6 na foforo ba ye se dabi abusuapani we de esi ne fam abusuapani foforo ba ya so okay says no me de mi mungu na mom no me de extra 6 ka ho na ye 12 afa de abusuapani na da se ade na mu abusuapani we foforo we abaso na me mom se mi si 4 mu complain ne se mi de 2 ka ho e ma ne ye 6 ebi na we kodo ponkroma o kekan yo NPP for dollar no around 4 your friend say 4 Ghana cedi to the dollar ana Ghana for say mama bon mama sa oyodwanfunu dead go syndrome yakasa onte na so de dinde sa tani abo ano te say onye na so betie hwe ana yabu na ne di na tema ana pamo no over 1 million vote ana mo de beat no let say ni yedwa pa because baby our first dollar to the cedi no how they go do hono no na ya papa mobile ya no aso bigina so ye campaign and now mo dey go do 16 na say mo angasa out of your interventions mo say dey back to 14 na one difference 4 e go do 14 no anya mo na go do 16 and say mo amata so dey ba 14 na eno ne mebo mo abaso kuno ponkroma and this is not taking it from 14 and they about to 10 je what is no ono na say e bo na aso the enye onu na akọ so current one no almost the current solution ba kojo pon kroma se devi sa illustration example ya me dem yi wo de tire clear ba kojo pon ba be tire mu nti obe convince wo ana me say NPP bo adwuma nti bibia ni agana fo munya motre na de ekoyi monfa fans bi mfa ma NPP na minim say na be ma yagina so ato about 2028 dia ene bi ekono ebe ya de pa
your history afiani fi ase no na ye be ka kire mu se eba no first of all aban no be di intro say oba na dollar is 17 ene ka se nye no kre na 14 on the 7th of January abran ifi abem na ye 14 actually and now say omoba na appreciation of the cedi has started meboa na aban papa ba enye no kre the appreciation of the cedi started in the last quarter of 2024 when your gold for reserves program no gold prices rally here na yetumi create reserves na excess
yes
a whole appreciation start here me cram in some annual report of the Bank of Ghana and make sure the entire na ehu here say you be requested for this particular public inquiry pacho where my tender amount document being
annual report and financial statement 2024
of
Bank of Ghana
Bank of Ghana. I mean there before I go into detail no pacho hwani
that's Dr. Siama
metro baby and his signature was signing account no the signature ni
yes
okay
yes
Siama say oba an appreciation na starting gold for reserves program na ye starting you know a buy no man kakra bi an account na ma kan okay into call page 20 under foreign exchange market
yes
3.1
yes
also the foreign exchange market experienced intermittent pressures during the first 3 quarters which led to the cedi depreciating but recovered in the last quarter. The pressures emanated from increased demand for foreign exchange to support energy-related payments. Uncertainties around timelines on the conclusion of the external bond restructuring and cocoa board financing arrangements. This notwithstanding, the cedi appreciated in the last quarter
of 2024.
Wait, 2024 accounts. Yeah. On account of increased commercial banks' participation in the gold purchase program for foreign currency. And on the council, positive sentiments from the progress made in the debt restructuring and improved liquidity management.
And that's Siama.
This is a Siama reporter on one sign here about 2024. And Tiabane Baya Cedi no eto so appreciating me kwadwo ponkroma ya. And a parliament ye chere mu say mo be inherited program bi aya ye any policy bi a na ye as a short term measure. na de ne ye start enti ye nim ne positive no ne negative ti ye bom kokose se mama mani anko ade bi ho a mo be boka me na me kasa on the floor of parliament na sa da na me kasa me ka chom se dia mo ye ne se mo pompe dollars asem we okay
yes
me kan twom twa me adapa. The first person who man be responding on the May 2nd 2025 governor no buy no or say enye no kre na they are not pumping we producers say wa me no be tunchia omo my job online May 2nd 2025 Governor Addison Governor Esiama response or say they are not pumping
that the central bank is not, and the not is in capital letters. The central bank is not using its international reserves to support the Cedi, nor are we engineering an appreciation in the Cedi.
And I cover a summary of economic and financial data. I didn't need more pompe. May 23rd, bishops echo President Mahama. No bisa and say, Cedi no, I appreciate it. Now minority phone say more pompe. Now we almost start here. President Mahama catch him say, enye no krena a good leadership. Or say good leadership is what is behind the city's gain. We producers will have me no betunchi omo kwa hemra. So obekaya ye koso chire data na anti by July be 8th and IMF mpenim for no omo so data ni mo na omo bo aban kokose eyampa mo pompe na number 2 mumfa framework a mo de pompe no MI enti munyai enti omo say reduce the market intervention and provide a framework on 8th of July 2025 mesa no atunjia o producers omo hwemra e wo my job ni na wo my job online enti by September mo call press conference or Jubilee House, no. Minim journalist could be say, but I could be say president or company because that time no more jai pumping, no, because IMF has stopped home, so much framework in bra. Tina as I started Tibium because he solve problem, no. Program ye ni buy. Ye nim ne apps ne downs. And na akoma pamu ye chiremo. Mo se da. So almost stop here, no na fear started here. Until I feel call September 10th. On bisa president as a president. As I did anything, when a president Beji Tumu say. Na Bank of Ghana no intervene. Now omo withdraw no and I started ATBU.
And if it goes below a certain floor, I'm sure that the Bank of Ghana will make an intervention to make sure that it remains within a certain band that gives the true value of the Cedi against the other foreign currencies.
By the time I'm for framework no. Now I'm for instructor say fine, mobile pump every month be because the person mobile currency pegging. Rate no pegging. Now rather mobile proper intermediation. No. Every month be answer a month in the best start mobile intermediation most state maximum amount. And if it is our time no say busumi be our more announce it. And yet no anka by the end of the day who name that say Oma pump $10 billion from gold for reserves program now NPP about the buy no and they just say currency no man I say. But point and say kind no omo di who try till the very end. Until IMF exposed them. So when they started telling on truths about this one, we were compelled to say, fine, and we need a parliamentary inquiry to get to the bottom of this matter, to understand, first of all, what the final loss is at the end of the year, the circumstances under which it occurred, then you better make sure, say, losses will end to us. Because 1 year, about $300 million are. Then I say by 4 years, if we extrapolate, I'll be one.
Now, I know I go upon Kroma. I told the words here. Oh, say, sir, no, be corner the end. My main archives in the moon. Now, MPP, Mpenifonibi, before and after the election in 2024, Stephen Amwa sticker. I say, Mugu Busan inflation. Busan Cedi. Any dollar at anything. And I say, then I'll get Ghana. Ah, dear na mo keken. What you water there say angoto. Import, media import. And no dollar na ebusi di nisa no.
With the depreciating Cedi.
Cedi. This is the first time Cedi. Who accorded what you are wearing, we didn't we import. We imported this, we imported that. Cedi depreciation is a ritual problem.
Yenya Dr. Mahmoud will me all question. Adjuma the NDC INTA. Yes, Cedi no appreciate na eomo adeye.
Appreciation of the Cedi that we have seen recently. I think one of the things that if you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the city. They cannot tell you one that has been implemented, not sort of talked about, but actually implemented. They cannot tell you one such policy. They only pass their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything, pretty much. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. There's no such.
Yeah, some of the NPP fought like Vincent Asifua, so I'm MP. Say, look, the NDC are not spending. And nothing and the currency Nigeria. I didn't say, oh, yeah, pay for me. They are not spending. Yeah, the minority leader in parliament, Alexander Afenyo Marcus, I'll get the same to say, look, NDC for buy contractors in Chamoka. Yeah, Omuma will be a Katrikumuncha. Omo Angasa appointee for in Chamoka. And they are just not spending. And yes, Omo Yanyas Assembly, I told his force on for three. And I'm saying, hey, got the Jeffrey Fat did the same thing for F.
When, in your own experience, did you see the cedi stronger than the dollar? So it's a historic problem.
Not because Dr. Forson at the finance ministry is doing anything special. It's because government is not spending. It's because contractors are not being paid. It's because there's no liquid in the circulating in the economy.
They are not spending. The NDC is not spending. How much is almost spending?
Abai way by Kovi. Onto a contractor biaka. So the government is not spending. And when you are not spending, there is no pressure on the dollar.
Nine. And that is what we kept talking about. Because we knew that Bank of Ghana cannot keep it at that artificial 10.9 for too long.
Our web story, just 2 hours ago. US Embassy still pegging visa fees at $16 to $1. Why do you think the US government is doing that? Semper FM. Why do you think they are doing that? Why are they still pegging it at 16? The rate of appreciation now, and by now, as a petrol, a better 10 cedis or 9 cedis. But petrol is still at what? Yeah, corner petrol just about 13 something. And the petrol, that's what you're saying. What was our question? I know that China will say be at the corner AC, a artificial
currency that has appreciated by 30% is a matter of fact, but it is because you are pumping dollars into the economy. Mr. Speaker, from January till now, the Bank of Ghana has pumped not less than 8 billion cedis.
And the art of Mwangas and the Muntimin defining my say, way, another way, Etinama, your currency, and it is stable to the dollar. Means then government has power and got the same confusion. And I said, the way Mwangas and Muntimin define it, Sirama Sticker, no, the finance minister, right? Dr. Mahmoud Bomia, economic risk, or kind of finance committee in parliament in Ubi. These are all people around more finances. It is a way more among us and Timin defining the real reason. NTIA NDC yet to improve the city the dollar. Now NDC no mum. I got to say yena ya yeno. Yes, gold board sika yenya and ye shame and ye possible. Most yen tracker by contractors over 5 billion Ghana cedis a trader that. Plus several other contractor ye awarded idea tracker. And the finance minister case out to force in my list of all the payments are not government of the day making. Why NPP gurus nangasa ano mo de ko mo wake away there na wake away there and I say okay and the mama mebusa NDC for no so ebia na ampa the NPP for kan mo gra mo hye da nyehwe sa ye ne ye hye dem fans according to CEO Edema National Petroleum Authority lawyer Ejudi Tamaklu I say hwe ene nwanwa say NPP for kodo pon monya no kasa o say ene nwanwa o say NPP and that's what government mu a enka ba na ye beti say Venezuela US war eti economy ni mu ayeden aye tight skin tight o think go say yes hey Ghana see the net 20 Ghana to the dollar because US any friend is Venezuela for any issue oma akwache omo preference the president papa friend Nicolas Maduro and because of that Ghana for bre and say yentia na say Russia Ukraine ti Ghana for see inside yentia na say Russia Ukraine ti enya ade Ghana economy to mepaja nti yenyi ntum ne enka yanu ntum say oh wodo aba be yi o si eni mwe na MPP vote mu ni edi san komo we ni na COVID-19 Russia Ukraine wo nti na economy say o say na Iran any Israel nyaye na yeshem bibia ye okay Israel any Palestine fo nyaye so yeshem bibia ye okay US any Venezuela the largest oil country enya still enya Russia no but still Ghana economy in them fact yasati fu obo kraso and they are going to lawyer and the digital macro our CEO the national petrol authority cheze so we MPP nanka ba nanka what da crowd into makata ho kama ningu asenti umpie great freedom ti ene mama say MPP for and also be decide about Ghana economy was it munima ma failure ade poto wo nipa mass yi watwa zero wo ba de mass ba fi o say ma bete o bete ne de dey na o ba bete no am say ene kasede hit what.
Do you know that if today the NPP and co were in power, the abduction of Nicolas Maduro would have been reason for fuel prices to go up?
Sometimes this one is an exaggeration. Are you talking because of the Russian-Ukraine war that was used?
I mean, you know the narrative. You have a situation where a whole government communication setup is put and it is Russia-Ukraine. The people who were having bombs dropped on them in Russia and Ukraine had their inflation single digits. Look at the distance from here to Ukraine. We were rather having double-digit inflation, and Russia and Ukraine were responsible for that. And so, let nobody deceive us. President Mahama in 1 year, with thoughtful, innovative leadership, without Eurobond, had kept this economy sound. Look, Solo, do you know that as we speak today, we have not taken $1 Eurobond as we speak today, but the economy is sound?
You mean not yet?
I am saying we are looking at 1 year review. What will happen in future? Let the future decide that. But today, as we speak, we've not taken $1 Eurobond. Atoforsin has today paid the debt he's inherited, about $709 million record. But do you know the beautiful thing about the payment Atoforsin did? He made that payment at an exchange rate of 10.5. If that $709 million was paid when NPP were in power, we were going to pay 13 billion Ghana cedis. But because today the exchange rate has reduced, come down, stabilized at 10.5, when Atoforsin paid that debt of $709 million, do you know how much he paid in Ghana cedis? A little over 8 billion. Look at the savings. That is what you get when you put competent people who are not talking to handle the economy, Dr. Zato.
Oh, why are you addressing Dr. Zato? You're addressing me, please.
No, sorry. Let me turn properly towards you.
No, I don't want my guests to be harassed.
Now, I don't know, DK, some comedian radio, or switch here, make I face the country, doom so demonstration, doom so video. Yvonne and Lydia, Kaya. DK, no, dim say ya. No, say I'm ready who joined the money, mama. And I'll call a parent chain. Or go upon a joke or go to say, demonstration here, and go for by a hair. Sana me that day, Sama Wame. Now, who frame me, ye, I dare your money, no cry. No, so we one at all. A politics will be an entity. Joseph is hard and no gas, ye, Jim. Agua ye guy. Agua ni was work. If you never crow, Jim, I got your power and quantity of a man. Anna, what I see, I can be made this now, say 1 year. Just say, I have a perfume rice. Out there, yes, you, I want to take cabbage in the carrot boom. I am brutal, sweet, fantadielo. Or see, Enka. Nana do not go for and I said Dr. Mamun Bomia and NPP. And I tell you by now, and Cobete, Venezuela tax, Fred is a Donald Trump levy. Or say, Momania, no gas, I'll say, hey, and come on, I did Venezuela tax. Ya did Donald Trump levy because yet ya COVID-19 levy, Mutiya. Now, just some few days, now the finance minister, I cancel a dinner for. And yes, Kaibra Yabro Kuma, E-Levy. Must E-Levy the bag and be a medima. Would E-Levy try and pass a couldn't be a ye? You are still not IMF. And the nigga be saying, oh, no, Mumpebe being caught tonight. Now, Sayan to Mupa, and the Eba Triano. And Koyan Yepa, and I came up before.
So, is this really Ghana, the same Ghana that when things happen in other countries, that has nothing to do with us, we used to pay levies and taxes for? Wow, John Mahama, God bless you. President John Mahama, His Excellency, you do all that. You're giving us peace. Hey, like by now, the way America has arrested Venezuelan president, like by now, we are going to introduce a Venezuela levy, Maduro taxes, Trump invoice for the elastication of the masturbation of the economy.
Now, we are going to for Kafu. NPP for almost switch camp. Eko PM NDC. Eko to aba in the Black Manot. Edema Honorable Arabina Amant say hey. Chia kai. Almost say almost guys almost say Black Manot the NPP town. In this almost they are punching. Ekura be siwa. Omatwa ma punching na jani no. I'm say hey. Na munim say say election atwam. Sa ye dey punching sa na poko ga be okumasi a omampia nkoto aba no. Ozi omuka tire omuze omu dey punching because we say mami tifi ni kunu ba ye omu nya hwe. Empuntu ni man goso ye go ga tire mo say mo ma mo hwene so amu ga tire say apon okay no lie. Omu say ndem mato abama onabo wiabna mami ne ba nso be hwe say kwan na oyi ogba adwuma wadre na nim sire ye ohwe nyanka ohwe akunafo ototo matress ne chop boxes ne tanks e de ma school palace o mo fonko school o si we onye edeni oye boy enti de wa yi se MPP for the next time o me say hwe o monim se o mo ye nipa aka chop se o mo de aponche crazy o no meto amomo a o mere am say ene Ghana for MPP o mo dam brutal
Aponche na ye for mo MPP ntuma ya to ama o mo ye nwhwe afi na nipa aba I will appreciate it say be ye nipa edwuma because ya aponche kwa de ni be si ya to ama afi de ya to ama aponche to ama nipa te omo kasi odwan cry the MPP born come e beto ama no ye kire omo say afi we de ato ama nipa nkasa nipa so na ye adwuma no munya so de omo nya ye de enhu na nya kwan kwan na rabna oyo oye niam bebre nyanka wo hwe wo mo nyanka wo tuom school fees omo mu ni bi the foundation bi ye adwuma rabna de oba ye kura wo nya afimponi de wa yama bekuma na ofo me kwa media akra no menya ho faso afofo nya ho faso okusu ye na oya ye enu nti no betena so ade so no aka say akonwa no wa bre okofie ene bi ebeja ya ma okufofo aba 28 years ya bre te rabna de oye biankasa oye biba eda na sinyame hira no nka no ma na hoden nkwa won awode wom onfa kita bekuma na ofo sa emfanko eda mase
na Ghana for still omugusu ewura supermarket omura different places obekọ no ebeti manya your friend say receipt ebetre say utwa taxes anase untwa na obi say sa COVID-19 levy na omaye firi ho eni sa VAT na omode aba 15% Jesus Christ o say niema na oto no be say 130 ene oba 100 Ghana cedis and the 30 no of let's say the Moses or say the better the kufro I say money imposed by for sikanu kofie na ukunu be hia na oba ko ma wa de kakra ka ho ba also obedi o say ha mahama na kan feel wa feel sa on te ne wase o say na taxi na na cheche on say ye ni ewu.
Purchases and now. Oh yes, we just bought a fan, and then we also bought a switch, and then a solar light, so an outdoor solar light. Yes, and we noticed that we no longer see COVID-19 levy charge here. And then we also see that the VAT has also reduced. I think it used to be 21%. Now we see 21.9. Yes, now we see 15%, and that's a significant improvement, a reduction, and we are happy. At least we save some money for our pockets, so we are most grateful to the government. Thank you.
So, in fact, you've answered what I was going to ask, whether you are satisfied with the new VAT reform.
Oh yes, I am. Yes, at least that money I can save it on fuel or use it for something else, and it goes a long way.
And do you always demand your VAT receipt when you buy from?
Oh yes.
What will you tell other Ghanaians in terms of VAT?
It's our responsibility to ensure that corporate institutions pay their VAT. So when you go and make purchases, request for VAT invoices. I mean, so that we can all be responsible, not spectators. So it's very important that we all do.
Thank you very much. Keep demanding your VAT receipt so that we can raise revenue to develop Ghana.
Well, thank you. Nice meeting you.
Because we be no say hwe amasika ba ni botum. Enne wa hu say the auto eso ate enti sika yakra ko ka ne botu am say ya ne ka say economy no ni na ani o di amafo ka say me dey me ha me nka politics asem me dey me pe politics na me e dey aba bia ba me ana me kwako ya adwuma koto aduane ampa ne kore wo no be ya adwuma na mo wo ya adwuma no o boss hwe ka 500 Ghana 500 Ghana ye hwewi land dey bo dey bia ekosoro water bay bo dey bia ekosoro lord fair dey bia ekosoro aduane bo dey bia ekosoro o ya sure say we ti live in that economy o boss so etwa more taxes in the na dey order akatwani bia be ka wo dey ho but say to abapa wie na say o see dey no e make sense e stable e reasonable fu obo from ema lord fair bo nkosoro anytime and any hour then it means say sika bia wo bia no say enso mo so kura na wo hand to mouth kakra dey wetimanya. So government have consequences. Our wo enemy your life so and fun as a joke. And then my idea dance here because just two taxes, COVID-19 levy, and then VAT at every 21.92, 15%. Look at the difference. Ghanaians say enjoyment. Now why our market? They be my favorite place. The market women always decide what the economy is going. I told force or a bad man what say. One country doctor cases at forcing. The finance minister say baby obiano. Me say a bad man. Papa no enim say baby a market. Omu decide election. End the election. A market for no. Because ye kwa ye be ni na no. Most of us entimi go supermarket malls ne me come se ne nkwanya bo. But yetimi wura bodua market mu. Se market women ka so me mafia wa na no time otiwa na anwa bo mo poja 1,002. It took intervention of military men. As no more time, one so. Say, market when guys or party omeguna. So I'm going to lose election this year. The like is over say, go more as I keep to be not home. And the market woman said, John Mama, Papa na boju too much the mammy ready. I say, Mama, 16 years overcall. Me am pese obey rough. Yen ye be catch that was say overcall and now uncle. Because the mammy abroad party way. Mame and Mr. President. My president, your president, our president. Wait, the first woman warning. On Timin Timin deciding man home. Say on uncle day. But go say so ought was to say, yes, she Nadia. Nadia's old boamunga. And Nadia, man, come and go, Miss Emudina. Operation all market women love John Dramani Mahama and the NDC government are quiet. Almost run Ghana for now. And you almost ready. Say John Mahama, the way what we lucky man no. But pada buy no. Omonya mo turn in term Ghana for was go bottom Ghana cha say ye obia hu me so. Mam say mam we too lucky say be mo kwagota na. Enti ye power chow umpeo. Abensa account.
Osan to aso say me ameko akofa na to akonya no so. Ni ameko ni fie akofa no. Obetina akonya no so so be to aso say aye ji daddy say ya mekwa kofa no abetina akonya no so
mama ye lucky man lucky one hu papa
obetimi atina 60 years obetina 16 years na no obekọ akodua nso ha ye na eri tutu ye na ese nko aso na obekọ ye ka te nko onko joma ma o ye lucky wonu papa mi kwa de ye ma mi pa
Ghana for na be decide whether say obekọ ana nkwa me say na kojo opon kroma kohwe we ye man na mata market for emma na eye dede yo kohwe omo ko shopping malls omo sika wo kakra wo musem omo ko shopping malls omo se dey adanse kojo opon kroma ada na wo time in the NPP and mo time no yeah until say people were singing praises the last 2 years of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo oko enevenu ni etunsuo na eye ni ho otukwango do France ye demonstration go shia no otukwango France Scotland ye demonstration go shia no several other countries are call ya Ghana for the demonstration go shia no how are you going to praise you ye me praise mo NPP for what say mo na mo di free 16 ba 14 na one di free 4 no ko do 16 no why and di free 4 Ghana no e ko do 16 no for comment no to comment section na say kojo opon kroma say Ghana na menu mi enete no Cedi na appreciate no NPP and omo and start here die nyai say di na ma friends NDC for no demom NDC for no say enkamo na mote so a Venezuela tax Donald Trump levy kama na mo je enka by now your economy nka say potokra Ghanaian women omo mala market ene omo come welcome any shopping malls aka say John Mahama thank you if say taxes na we finish no ombutuma how pa sa na also who feel and I say who different feeling for comments no to comment section na say na subscribe like it na say mo nwa so enya bi ere edi no e ba ko pe Maxi Billian I will naked truth or Oldboga 3 macro. Bye bye.